Hello there and welcome to episode 4 of Looking at Photos I took a long time ago, which I've had on my blog for a long time, which don't have text contents against them, which Google wants so I can transcribe the video and have text on the page to please Google, because we all work for Google now. So if you saw episode 1 is the first time I've got photos of leaving the house to take photos, and this is the 4th. So we are here, if we look at the blog page, this is the last one on the last page of my blog. I do need to do some work on some of this formatting, but I am quite pleased with the way that it looks. And again, this was in Sussex, so this was literally in the evening, in November. We decided to get up and go for a walk. This is the last one I'm going to do today, so we can just open this one directly, and decided to go for a walk and take photos. So this says January 2005. Here it says 18th of November 2005. I think this was January. I think this might have been the first time. Let's have a look. I think this might have been the first time I left the house to take photos. I say leaving the house to take photos a lot because that's kind of what my interest is in leaving the house to take photos. So sorry, we have to go all the way back through my blog because I think something's gone wrong here. I think something's definitely gone wrong here. But not to worry, we will sort it out. Older entries. So on the front page of this, it's saying January 2005. Not the date. Here it's saying 18th of November 2005. So the November one is probably got the best chance of being right. 18th. So this probably isn't the most interesting video you've ever watched, but to be honest, it's not for you, it's for Google. Right, so 18th of November 2005 is what it says here. I think it was probably January. I think it goes down here. Or has it got confused with this one? January the 23rd, 2005. Anyway, let's look at the pictures. Because, again, I was really, really excited when I got home and saw these photos. So here is a picture of my wife disappearing down like a leafy kind of an alley. So I thought this was kind of artistic. This has had an edit from me. I don't know what I used to edit it. But I was really quite blunt with my editing. So this is at 105 millimeters at 1/60th of a second. It was 3 megapixels. So, and the sensor, Lord knows what the sensor was. The sensor would have been what sensor? E4100 camera, all. Sensor type CCD, charge coupled device, 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. So now we go for 1/1, do we? In some of the phones. Mine's full frame, so what's that? That's 35 mil. Resolution 4 megapixels. Image dimensions 2288 by 1712. ISO from 50 to 100 auto. Lens 3 times optical. Equivalent to 35 to 105 millimeters in 35 mil format. Yeah, so I think this EXIF is lying to us. Yeah, it's a point and shoot. Anyway, let's look at the photos. Yeah, so I was quite happy with this. 105 mil, 4.9. I liked it. I felt it was kind of like artistic. You can imagine if this wasn't quite so, what is the word you would use to describe that? If this wasn't quite so muggy, then that would be interesting. Maybe it'll look better on your screen. And then, this is the one I loved. So this is literally at 105 mils. And it's all kind of soft and dreamy and noisy. So this is at 1100, 1/1100th of a second, ISO 50. I just love that these things are, I mean, in 2005 terms, I think these were sharp. And I couldn't believe I'd taken this photo when I got back. I mean, I looked at it, obviously, and thought, that looks like a nice photo, which is my guide to taking photos, by the way, is if I look and think, oh, that looks like a picture, then I take the picture. And then I see what I've got when I come back. I'm on a mission currently. I'm taking photos every day. And yeah, I'm on a mission to take photos every day to get better, to justify the expensive camera I just bought. But yeah, I'd be pleased if I took this today. And you know that feeling you get when you look at a picture on a bigger screen? You're like, yeah, I've got a decent picture. And definitely if you're shooting kind of different stuff, like surf maybe, you don't know what you've got until you get home. I liked this, ISO 50, 1/190th of a second, 5.6, 35 mil. Here's my ex-wife. Here are the chemtrails that they were denying were chemtrails all that time ago until very recently. And then the reflection on the water. I just think this looked really nice. And we must have crossed this bridge and headed back. So that's where we were. This would have been on the way out. This is the thing about the UK is you've got really, really old stuff. So I would imagine like this is a Viking church or something. I don't even know what church it is. I would know. I wonder where it is. It must be in Bramber or somewhere. But yeah, I like the layers. Like I've been looking for layers since then. I remember. So good. Yeah, I liked it at the time. It's a bit noisy. I like this with the great big sun flare in the middle. This is Lancing College, which is where we actually got married, which is a little bit insane. But yeah, that's amazing architecture. That's more recent though, I think. Maybe that's a couple of 100 years old, Lancing College. And then this, the reflections of the trees and the sun coming through. I really like shooting into the light. That was at 1/42th of a second, which is what the camera decided. I didn't know anything about that. Oh, and this camera. Look at this little swan down here. And yeah, the shadow of the bridge, the reflection. I still dig a reflection. Another amazing Sussex kind of sunset. Yeah, good. 69 millimeters. So that's all I was deciding really was the framing. And I don't think I would have cropped this. Maybe I would have cropped it. I cropped one in the last one, didn't I? It's quite wide at 16.9. I would imagine this would have been a 3:2 kind of format. And then this, again, reflections, silhouettes, muddy, debris in the river, layers, amazing sunset, noisy, obviously, ISO 50, 3.9, handheld again. I'm sure I definitely didn't own a tripod, definitely not. And I wouldn't have known. And then more silhouettes into the sunset. Here's the bridge. So this must have been before the one we saw previously. And then here we are back at the beginning. So yeah, so photos that really excited me when I got home and saw them on the big screen. And this might still be one of my favourite photos that I've ever taken. I really dig it. And this is the thing is that I'm talking about is like how do we what are we doing? Like what are we doing? Like the photo, I'm going to talk about this more. The photography industry, the consumer photography industry is worth billions, must be worth billions. And yeah, what are we doing? We're all just taking photos. Why are we all taking photos? I'm going to do a thing about that. I'm going to investigate it a little bit more. But for now, the good news is we've come to the end of episode number 4. We've tackled one page of content. Obviously, I still need to edit. I'm going to put these videos on YouTube, edit and post and do all that stuff to transcribe, put the text on the pages, make Google happy. And yeah, I think I've done well to get 4 of these done today in like an hour and a half. So I think, what is it going to be? If it's 60, it's going to be, maybe it's going to be 15 hours. But it's good fun to look at old photos. So maybe you should do that as well. And you should definitely leave the house. And if you leave the house to take photos, then that's also good. I've got a thing about photography as well. Like photography causes you to look. It causes you to pay attention. And in an economy where attention is currency, where attention is like the most valuable asset for the tech companies, Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, then I think there's something really quite important about choosing where to put your attention and actually capturing it, and then being on one of those big tech platforms and taking other people's attention away. That's what I think is important. Important. We need to stop now. I will see you you'll see me in episode 5. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm glad that we've made good progress. This is a good process, I think. Peace out.